Raghunathan was sitting in a meeting with a very important client. His boss had told him, "Make sure you crack this deal or be ready to pack your bags." So the stakes were high. Raghunathan had some fantastic ideas that he was very excited about, and he was dying to share it with the client. But as he looked around the room, unfriendly looks, uninterested moods, he could feel resistance hanging in the air. People were skeptical, arms were crossed, and he was getting those "I don't think so" vibes. Now, Raghunathan had two options. He could either push through, presenting all the facts and reasons why his idea rocked, or second option, shut up, keep his ideas to himself, go back to his office, look for another job. But Raghunathan remembered his mentor's voice in him, which said, "People aren't moved by more information, they are moved by connection." Suddenly, Raghunathan had this third option. He was going to present his ideas, but first he would form those connections to make his client listen to him. You see, when people feel you're genuinely listening, their guard comes down. Even if they're not 100% on board with your idea, but they are connected with you. Today, we are diving into one magical phrase that can shift everything, believe you me, everything in your favor. Hey everyone, welcome back to your favorite communication skills podcast, Communicate 101 Speaking Writing Tips. Your go to place for all things communication. I'm your host Sarika Singh, and like always, I'm super excited to share what I have to offer you today. Today's episode is going to be a game changer. I promise that. Especially if you've ever found yourself in one of those high stake meetings where you need to win people over. It could also be a game changer if you're really struggling to make your partner, your parent, or your teenager listen to your point of view. And more than that, agree with you. And even more importantly, trust you. The strategy I'm going to share in this podcast is relevant in all personal and professional settings. So you don't have to be an entrepreneur or in job or in homemaker or a student to benefit from any of my strategies. Communication is a life skill which we all need in all walks of life. And the sooner we better it, master it, the more transferable it is in our everyday phenomena. Whoever told you you have to be a born communicator, a born speaker, a born life of the party person was lying. And I'm on a mission to empower you and make you an effective communicator. Where? Right here, right now. Let's roll this episode. In the early days of my career, when I was a new manager, new manager, I was entrusted to manage and lead a small team of people. I was so excited, but I was also stunned at how strongly opinionated and difficult people can be. And of course, those differences would come up in team meetings, people shouting over each other, people, some people even trying to get their point across without listening to the other person. No one was actually listening. I remember feeling completely stuck, thinking, how do I make them feel heard and keep things moving forward? Then one day, I noticed someone else manage a team, and that stuck with me. What if I could do that too? What if I could show them that I was actually listening? That the manager was actually listening? Not just waiting for my turn to speak, but really tuning in to what they were saying. And that's when I started using this simple phrase, this magical phrase, the one I'm going to share with you today. Trust me, that phrase was like hitting a magic button. Instantly, and to my surprise, the conversation changed. People started to calm down. They stopped talking over each other, and the room was filled with more respect, more understanding. So are you ready? There's certain phrases that have the power to completely change the dynamics of a conversation. Now, I'm not talking about the obvious ones like, I love you. Though, let's be honest, that would definitely stop the show, stop any meeting if someone said it to you in the middle of a meeting, right? Are you guessing the phrase is, you're right? Oops, it's not. Though we all love hearing, you're right, when we are trying to make a point and win someone over. But what if I told you there's one phrase that's even more powerful than I love you and you're right? It is simple, it's only 3 words long, it's incredibly easy to say when used at the right moment and can totally transform a conversation. The simple phrase I'm talking about is not you're right, is not I love you. Though, of course, I do. It is I hear you. I hear you. It's not about agreeing or disagreeing with someone. It's about giving them the respect of their voice. You're acknowledging that you've heard them. And that alone can make a huge, huge difference. And I'm telling you, once you incorporate this simple 3-word phrase, I hear you, it's like you giving the conversation a shot of adrenaline, but in a calm, composed way. Let me tell you why I hear you works. Think of it like plugging into your phone into a charger. What happens? First it connects, it grounds, and then it powers up, right? So when you say, I hear you, it's like plugging yourself into the other person's experience. It's sending them a lifeline, saying, hey, I get it, I'm listening, I'm right here with you. In those few words, the 3 words, you are making a real connection. One that is genuine and one that is full of respect. This is the third option that Raghunathan used. And when he assured his clients that he heard them, they connected. They were ready to hear him out as well. They trusted him. Suddenly, the client's shoulders dropped. They started to relax. They realized he was not there just to fix it or brush them off. He was on their side. In that moment, he was not just a service provider. He was a partner. He was team. They could trust him. Building trust is crucial everywhere in life, between partners, within a family, between friends, clients, colleagues, you name it, and everyone. You need trust, even with your doctor or lawyer. Suppose a co-worker or a team member disagrees with your idea. Instead of diving into the defense mode or dismissing his perspective, just say, I hear you. Those 3 words have the power to completely dissolve tension and build trust then and there. The other person will feel acknowledged, seen, respected. And let's be honest, trust isn't built in a day. It's built in these small, consistent moments. When you acknowledge where they're coming from, you don't necessarily surrender to them. You don't even mean you're going to change your entire approach. You're simply saying, I respect you enough to listen to you. Let's say you're with a friend or a family member, and that friend or family member is venting about something frustrating. Maybe you want to jump in to give advice, but instead, try saying, I hear you. I get it. I understand where you're coming from. You'll notice that they relax. They feel more open. You bring a smile to their face, and sometimes they'll even solve their own problem just by being truly heard. Try it out. They start trusting you. But there's a crucial part that matters about I hear you. If you don't pay attention to that, the phrase isn't going to work as effectively as you would want it to. And I'm sharing it right here in the next leg. As a communication coach for almost 25 young years, I've been fortunate to work with some incredible leaders, teams, visionaries, professionals. My personal journey has been anything short of a roller coaster ride. And with all these conversations, with all those learn experiences as I call them, I've come to realize one thing. The way we say something can completely flip the script. It's not always about what you say. Sometimes it's how you say it. And most importantly, it's when you say it. So like I said, I hear you isn't just about the words. What if you say the phrase in an arrogant tone? I hear you. It's almost like dismissing someone's words. What if you're looking at someone else when saying these words, instead of looking at the person you're actually hearing? Again, it backfires. The phrase, I hear you, works when you say it with true empathy. Your tone matters. Your body language matters. If you say, I hear you with a dismissive tone, it's not going to work. But if you say it with calm, open sincerity and steady eye contact, it signals, I genuinely mean this. Letting your non-verbals line up with your words makes all the difference. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, okay, I've got it. But there's yet another important part, which is, when do you say it? You've got to say it at the right moment. And when is that? So don't say, I hear you, by interrupting someone, by cutting their conversation short. That will only antagonize the other person. When you're cutting somebody short or you're interrupting and you say, I hear you, it just means, now shut up. Just wait for the right gap in the conversation. Just wait for their pause where you can really emphasize the importance of listening and calmly looking at the person in the eye, facing him, leaning towards him, focusing on him, say, I hear you. I hear you. I've used this in everything from boardroom meetings to personal conversations, and the results are the same. It's not just a phrase. It's a way of saying, I see you, I respect you, and I value what you have to say. When people feel heard, they trust you. And when they trust you, they listen to you. The simple 3-lettered phrase will make people trust you immediately, instantly. And if you're feeling adventurous, try taking it a step further with variations like, I understand where you're coming from. I see what you're saying. Trust isn't built with grand speeches or big promises. It's in these little moments of real connection. And if you're really looking to become someone who instantly makes others feel comfortable and respected, I hear you is your Ramban, is your trump card, is your secret weapon. It's simple but incredibly powerful. All right, here's your challenge for the week. Try using I hear you in different situations. At work, with your family, with friends. But genuinely. Notice the impact it has on conversations, especially if there's a tension or uncertainty. Take note of how people respond and most importantly, how it shifts the tone of their interaction. Do they start trusting you? So go out there, try it today and let me know what happens. I'd love to hear about your experiences, your wins and even your challenges. Tag me in your stories on Insta when you said, I hear you. And it worked. I'd love that. This is me, Sarika Singh, winding up today's episode. In the words of Brené Brown, connection is the energy. Energy created between people when they feel seen, heard and valued. And hey, if you're enjoying these tips, don't forget to hit the subscribe, share this episode and leave a review. Until next time, keep connecting, keep building trust and remember, I hear you. Catch you in the next episode. Thank you for listening to this episode of Communicate 101 Speaking Writing Tips with Sarika Singh. If you want to be notified of upcoming episodes, be sure to hit the subscribe button and follow the podcast. I'll be back to share more stories, more life experiences, and more communication tips every Friday. If you want to reach me or connect with me, just put your comments in the comment box below or mail me at info@sarikasingh.in.
I know you're going to rate and review this podcast, so a big thank you in advance. Stay tuned and think about what we talked today.